Okay, so we're now on week 5 of the semester. And yeah, so this week I kind of look towards finalising my ideas for what I'm going to make. And as well as that, I prepared, so I got my timber together. So I took in my reclaimed timber, brought it into the lab, worked on the timber, got it ready, put it through the drum sander, got it all squared out. And I actually began to laminate my boards together this week. They were left to set, and I went on, it was back on Monday. So I did check on them then on Tuesday, and yeah, they set well. They actually came together very nicely. I'm very happy, they look very sturdy. So the grain is very nice in them as well, so I want to maintain them. So I'm very happy with the strength of my timber. Looks very well, and it's coming together nicely. So what else have I done this week? So I went back to my PowerPoint slides, and I went back to my initial ideas. So I kind of went back and I was having a bit of a think about how much I was actually identifying with the brief, and how much I was how much I was targeting the points which were to be targeted, of course. So one thing I kind of figured out was, I suppose, that some of my initial ideas probably weren't the most effective in targeting the environmental aspect. So what I have done now, I've just went back to the drawing board, I suppose. I put together some more ideas, and what I think about what I am going to go ahead with now at this stage, I'm very happy with, it's lamp design. So this is something I've been teasing, I suppose, actually since the start, is that a lamp was something that was interesting me, a bit of electrical work as well as working with the wood and epoxy. So what I'm going to do is, my lamp design is basically, it's influenced by the earth around us, and it is influenced by the idea that the world we're on is essentially, it's burning, with global warming and climate change. So what I'm going to use is some timber discs. So I'm going to make this out of my laminate board. So there'll be approximately 5 discs, which will fold into, they'll slot into each other to make it a flat surface for easy storage and movement. But the discs are going to represent the Earth actually breaking up, and the gaps between it are to resemble the exposure of the Earth. And then from the core, there'll be the bulb, or whatever the light source is going to be, which I'm going to make from an LED source, so that it's going to be more energy efficient. But that's to resemble the burning Earth. It's the fire, the heat, it's the Earth burning, essentially. As well, I've kind of gone further into analysis and research, and I've really looked into ways in which we consume energy, and kind of the ideas of us burning fossil fuels, unrenewable source of energy, using unnecessary energy. And what I've created is basically a flow chart. It's one of them charts where you're asked a question, so can you change the product? Yes, no, if yes. So if you can change the product, is the product needed? So do you need to be using the power? So yes, no. If the product does need to be used, you move on. So is the product, is it 100%, is using 100% renewable energy? Yes, no. If the appliance is not needed, then turn it off, So just save energy is the idea, the concept behind that. So I made a flow chart representing that. As well, with emergency accommodation, I've looked at the real issues which are suffering, or which are affecting people from emergency accommodation. I know last week I said Pieta House as the company I wanted to look up and to investigate, but I meant St. Vincent de Paul. I don't know, it's just kind of a mind fart, I suppose you could call it. But so what I've looked at are real problems. So I suppose food, depression, bills, and space. Now, the most interesting event to me, of course, I'm actually adhering to the space one, but it's the depression, the mental health aspect. So something that is known to actually help a lot of mental health cases is actual light. So as is often seen, mental health issues usually arise over the winter months, and the reason for that occurrence is the fact that it's the fact that so light's reduced, natural light is reduced. People are spending more time inside, and it's not good for the melatonin levels in the brain. So within that aspect, I suppose this lamp as well, it'll be targeting that as a byproduct or such as being an additional aspect to look at and to engage with, rather than ignoring it, because I do think that it's an important aspect which needs to be, not just in emergency accommodation, but without throughout society. Mental health is a huge aspect which we need to really look at in depth. Yes, so I suppose moving ahead now into next week, I want to progress with my make. So I need to get some laminates. I'm going to be making a curved piece to uphold this sphere and to keep it maintained. While I'm home over the weekend, I want to source some nylon cord. So I keep chickens. Well, my family keeps chickens, I suppose. So we often use nylon cord to house the animals in a way that they can't, that they don't escape and get hurt. So I'm going to look for some old nylon cord from them, and we use a cramp as well to hold them in place. So them cramps are going to be used to create this floating effect among the discs. Moving ahead, so I want to gather them. I want to start my make, a real start, I suppose, because I've already kind of prematurely started. I've got the timber together. I've laminated them together, so now there's a good laminate board there, pine, and now I want to go on to my further my research, and I want to move into my investigation stage. So I suppose I'll have to brainstorm what way I'm going to go about that, and so next week it'll be the video submission with the PowerPoint in tow. So thanks very much. I look forward to hearing your feedback. Okay, so we're now on week